Let's talk Crosstrek in this video, and specifically the used Subaru Crosstrek and some tips, info, and pointers that might help you out if you're looking for one secondhand. Specifically, we're talking about first-generation models, which launched initially in 2013. And you might be looking for one of these if you're shopping around for something that's safe, good in the snow, flexible, and decent on fuel, while also delivering those oh-so-important compact crossover traits like elevated ground clearance, ride height, and traction levels. Safety buffs will feel nicely backed up with the Crosstrek's safety ratings and safety equipment, which grew to include the EyeSight safety system over the years. On board, look for flexible seating for about 4 average grown-ups or a small family, decent cargo room, and features like Bluetooth, the driver computer, automatic climate control, heated leather, the sunroof, touchscreen infotainment, and more. Every single unit, however equipped, was built with all-wheel drive. Power came from a 2-liter flat-4 boxer engine, good for 148 horsepower, and God bless you, Subaru, you toughed it out and gave us years of availability with a manual transmission, and for that, we salute you. There's a CVT automatic transmission if you prefer. Owners say you'll probably like the visibility, maneuverability, and traction, but that you might wish for more power from the engine and a quieter drive. Other options in this segment include machines like the Honda HR-V, Buick Encore, Nissan Juke, and others. Tips coming up, but remember that this video is just a summary of a far more comprehensive written article I wrote over on autotrader.ca, and serious shoppers will find even more useful information there. I've put the link down in the description box below. Tip number 1, find out where the automatic transmission, if equipped, is within its service intervals. Some owners have reported problems with this type of transmission in this and other applications, and in a lot of those cases, improper care and maintenance was at least partly to blame. Many owners choose to change their CVT transmission fluid a little more frequently than needed for added peace of mind. Of course, some owners never change it at all, and you'll want to make sure you're not buying from one of those. Tip number 2 is to check the seats, and especially the driver's seat, which tends to take the most abuse. Some owners have complained of less than stellar durability from the seat surface, with some needing replacement seats after just a few years. Check carefully and make sure that you can get comfy, and call any excessive wear and tear into your pricing negotiations. Tip number 3 is to be aware of electronics problems, and specifically, there are 1 or more sensors in the Crosstrek that can cause a very alarming reaction from the vehicle's instrument cluster if they're acting up. We're talking multiple warning lights and messages all at once, and that's possibly accompanied by a notable loss of engine power. Now treat this like a check engine light, even if it looks and feels a lot more overwhelming. It's usually a sensor problem that's likely minor and easily addressed by a professional after a diagnostic scan. Tip number 4, carefully check the windshield for signs of damage that might impede the view of the EyeSight cameras behind it if equipped. Windshield damage may affect system operability, and some owners say that replacing a cracked or broken windshield may require a recalibration of the EyeSight system at a dealer on your dime. And with tip number 5, saving the big one for last, oil consumption. Some owners have had engine problems and oil consumption issues, most have not. What have you got to know? Well, this issue seemed prevalent on first-year units, that's 2013, and the owners community figures that you're in the clear by going 2014 or newer, but you'll still want to be religious about monitoring your oil levels to be extra safe. Well, that's it for this video. Remember that for expanded information on what we covered here and a few other tips and pointers that we didn't, click the link in the description below to see the full used car review for the Subaru Crosstrek over at autotrader.ca.